The following sports broadcast made possible by support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for all your photographic needs. Senior portraits, family portraits, sports, and more. Visit Daryl online at darylbarnes.com.
Holiday Classic is known as the gift that keeps on giving. And Christmas may be over, but the gifts keep on coming. We got 3 games that we're going to be calling here today. First one is between Johnsburg and Prairie Ridge. Before all of that, this game is brought to you by our season sponsor, the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. This is the Consolation C Championship between Johnsburg and Prairie Ridge. Johnsburg beat Prosser yesterday 50-49, and Prairie Ridge destroyed Marion Central, winning by 33 points, 75-42. We saw Johnsburg play. I believe it was our first day. I want to say that's Monday for Christmas Eve, the 23rd. And I remember Joey Comstock. He's a guy we remember. He worked down low. He's got 32 points, 16 twos down low, 7 from 14 at the line. And Stanley Thill was another guy I remember, averaged about 8.8 points per game. Now Prairie Ridge, we don't know much about. So Logan, I assume you did your research. Who are some names you might want to look out for in this one?
The big guy to keep an eye out for Prairie Ridge is number 4, Mason Lukes. He's their 3-point specialist. He has 48 total points in the tournament and 12 threes. And down low, you're going to want to watch Hansen and Besser. I believe that being Samuel Besser and Ryan Hansen, number 15 and 21 respectively. They're going to be the guys to watch for 41 points for Hansen, 31 points for Besser in the tournament. 11 and 13 twos respectively for both of them. So those are the guys you're going to want to watch. And I expect a great game from these two.
All right, before the first quarter, this quarter is sponsored by Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time. Shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Very quickly here, the starters for Johnsburg. Johnsburg. 00 Joey Comstock. Number 2, David Claudio. Number 3, Dylan Schmidt. Number 5, Stanley Thill. And number 11, Keefe Martin. Prairie Ridge wins the tip-off. Down low is Godshall. Down to Lux. Lux to Linden. Over to Tatum Trough. That's number 5, Luke Wolf. And for 3, massive air ball. Will bounce off the hands of David Claudio. Will stay Prairie Ridge ball. Now run through the starters real quickly here, Logan.
For Prairie Ridge, starters are number 3, Connor Lydon, number 4, Mason Lukes, number 5, Luke Wolf, number 23, Bennett Barr, and number 34, Ryan Goodshaw.
Goodshaw puts it up down low, and that's a rebound by David Claudio. Schmidt with it now, Dylan Schmidt, number 3. Give it over to Claudio. Claudio with Thill. Thill, mid-ranger, air ball, and it's caught by Prairie Ridge. That's number 5, Luke Wolf. This will give it to Linden. Wolf with it again. So pass to the Lux. Pass wild, lands in the hands of Johnsburg. It's David Schmidt with it. Looks to Martin. Schmidt with it again. To Claudio. Claudio to Thill. He'll take it in himself as he steps on the line, it seems. And it goes out of bounds. Prairie Ridge ball. Connor Linden will inbound it to Mason Lux. Lux to Linden. Linden goes in, passes down low to Wolf. He puts it up. That does not fall. Rebounded by Goodshaw, and that's a foul. As Goodshaw will go to the line. Now, Prairie Ridge is a 66.7% free throw shooting team. Johnsburg is 64.4%. So both of these teams very similar from the line. As Goodshaw will miss his first.
And as we talked about before, Patrick, these free throws, especially in games, and especially as early as these ones, can be critical points to get early on.
Goodshaw makes his first. It's 1 for 2. Schmidt over to Claudio. Back to Schmidt. Pass deflected by Luke Wolf. Will stay Johnsburg. Ball. Inbounding will be Stanley Thill. Thill to Schmidt. Back to Thill. Comstock, he can work in all parts of the court. Over to Claudio. Back to Thill. Comstock down low. Dishes it right back to the corner to Thill. So he'll give it to Martin. Martin down to Schmidt for 3. Nothing but nylon. That's his first 3 points of the game. Dylan Schmidt.
Great passing there by Johnsburg to set up the three-point play.
He's got 6 threes in the tournament, make that now 7 threes in the tournament, so he can work both inside and out. And driving in is Prairie Ridge. That one does not fall in. That was the shot by Bennett Barr. Johnsburg's got the ball now. Thill. Gives it back to Schmidt. Comstock sets a pick. Schmidt goes the opposite direction. Claudio gives it to Comstock down low. Loses his dribble. Falls right in the hands of Prairie Ridge. He slammed the ground in frustration to Comstock. You know, turnover is very costly. Now Prairie Ridge with it. Intercepted by Thill. He takes it in, and a foul is called. It will go down for an inbounds play, and we have a custom heating and cooling rebound. Excuse me, replay, and Dylan Schmidt wide open.
Johnsburg likes to keep 4 men behind the three-point arc because they have Comstock down low, so expect Prairie Ridge to have to adjust to that.
And every play was sponsored by Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. Schmidt tries to test his luck again, rebounded by Comstock. That one will bounce around and will fall for 2. Comstock, known as someone who works down low, he'll get rebounds. He is exactly the guy you want playing as a center. He'll fight for everything, and that's Prairie Ridge now. Lyndon Connor, little fadeaway action, does not fall. Rebounded by Claudio. Schmidt takes it up. We'll give it to Thill. Thill over to Claudio. To Martin for 3, and that's nothing but nylon. Martin's first 3 of the game. Wolf will give it to Lux. Lux to Wolf. Wolf takes it in with his left, tries to go to the layup, and that will fall. It's a nice piece of basketball right there.
You're struggling to generate points like that. Sometimes all you got to do is power through and just get the layup, and that's exactly what Wolf did there.
Schmidt. Double teamed is Thill, and that pass is intercepted by Lux. He'll take it in himself. Underhanded layup does not fall. Looked like Claudio smacked it back out to one of the Johnsburg players. And it's Martin. He looks for a 3, doesn't. Passes it off to Claudio. Back to Martin. Martin for 3, and that one falls. That's his second of the game. A timeout is called, I believe, by Prairie Ridge. And we have a custom heating and cooling replay of Martin's 3.
Johnsburg is dominating three-point game. You see here 4 guys behind the arc. That's something they've loved to do all game. And you saw it on Schmidt's 3, and you saw it on both the Martins. They have Comstock down low. They can trust him, so they're going to put 4 behind the arc.
And this replay is sponsored by our good friend Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. 3 minutes and 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Logan, what does Prairie Ridge have to do to get back in this game? They're down 8. Now, 8-0 as we know. We saw Crystal Lake blow a massive 18-point lead to Jefferson a couple days ago. So not over by any means. What does Prairie Ridge have to do?
They got to stop playing the three-point game. I've been talking a lot about those 4 guys behind the arc. They need to adjust to that because Johnsburg has three three-pointers already in this game. They need to be able to stop that if they want to have a start.
All right, Lux with it. Give it over to Wolf. Heard from our expert here, Logan France, basketball extraordinaire. A nice, crazy-looking shot there by Wolf, and that won't fall. Johnsburg's got the ball again. Seems like they've had it all game so far. And Claudio will pass it over to Schmidt. Schmidt takes it in with his right. Tries to go up, and he does. Hits the side of the backboard. Right in the hands of Ryan Hansen. Prairie Ridge now Hansen up top. Hansen to Wolf. He'll take it in. Gets it down low, and that's deflected. A foul called on David Claudio. As that was number 21, Samuel Besser, going in. He'll go to the line for 2.
Looks like Claudio got a bit too much on that one. He got his hand on the ball, but the ref called a little bit more.
That one will bounce around a little bit. Does not fall. A couple substitutions are coming in. That's number 3, Connor Linden. He comes back in for Prairie Ridge. And number 4, Gavin Boyle for Johnsburg. And his second will bounce around and not fall. It's Schmidt with the rebound. Schmidt over to Phil. Comstock down low, pass deflected by Prairie Ridge. And here comes Prairie Ridge, nothing on the layup. That was Samuel Besser, he couldn't make it. Schmidt with it now. Boyle stops his dribble, looks for someone and gives it to Schmidt. Comstock sets a pick, nothing comes off of that. Schmidt will go back by the Eagle. It's Martin. It's been hot from behind the arc. To Phil. Phil takes in with his left, loses his dribble, recovered by Prairie Ridge. A nice steal by Connor Linden as he'll get the ball. He'll give it to Hansen. Hansen takes it in himself, will pass it over to Barr. Barr makes the 3. Schmidt, give it over to Boyle. Schmidt with it again. Prairie Ridge is going to need to get some kind of 3-game look, and that's Comstock driving in a little too hard. That does not fall, but the putback by Gavin Boyle will fall for 2. Takes it back to a 7-point lead for Johnsburg. Hansen, double teamed, looking for someone down low. Pass intercepted, but falls out of the hands of Johnsburg, right in the hands of Prairie Ridge. And here comes Prairie Ridge. A little putback does not fall, and a foul is called on Jolie Comstock. That'll be a pushing foul.
Number 21 for Prairie Ridge, that is Samuel Besser. He got the offensive rebound there and drew the foul. That's a good way to create points. Those offensive rebounds are very important. We've talked about them before.
The offensive rebounds and free throws are the 2 most important parts of high school basketball. You've heard us drill it down into your head all tournament. As Besser will miss his first. Minute 26 remaining here in the first quarter. And his second will fall. Schmidt with the ball now. So give it over to Bull. Roll back to Schmidt. Can't get past half court, and they do. Joey Comstock with it. Gives it to Martin for 3. No good. His first miss. Ryan Hansen with the rebound. Easy half court pass will work, and it's Samuel Besser down low for 2.
He's one of the guys talked about earlier on. Watch him underneath for 2. He's got a lot in this tournament.
Schmidt with it now. Schmidt double teamed by Prairie Ridge, and a over and back is called. Costly turnover here as Prairie Ridge seems to have fixed a lot of their problems early on in this game. Only down 4. And work down low, as you said, Logan. That's what you got to do.
You're struggling to get some points on the board. When you're doing that, you got to work on establishing the 2-point shot first. That'll open it up for 3. Got to slowly grind it out.
Lux will give it to Wolf. Jumping in is Linden. Cross-court pass to Hansen. Crazy-looking underhand layup does not fall. Ball goes out of bounds. It's off on Gauchow, as it will be Johnsburg ball. 45.3 seconds now. Johnsburg with it. It'll be Boyle inbounding it to Schmidt. Schmidt's got 3 points on the game. Schmidt trying to get past that press. They do. So they give it over to number 1. He's new. Lucas Toussaint. Here's Prairie Ridge. That will be number 12. Look for his name here. Ethan Impasses. He scores. Schmidt gives it to Comstock at the free throw line. He'll take it in. Little fadeaway action there. No good. Hits off the back of the rim. The Prairie Ridge ball. Linden. It's a Wolf. Looking for the last shot of the quarter. Linden from way out of town. It's good at the buzzer. Prairie Ridge takes the lead 14-13. We played 1 quarter. We have a custom heating and cooling replay of that buzzer beater right now. Logan, what do you see?
He was covered pretty well there by Lucas Toussaint. Lannon just took the shot hoping to nail it at the end of the period, and he got it.
Well, and that replay was brought to you by Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicago and powered by Bryant. Whatever it takes. A fun first quarter and a fun game so far. Prairie Ridge takes the lead 14-13. We'll be right back after a short break.
They think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. They say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
And welcome back to the Hinkle Holiday Classic. I'm Patrick Carrion. Alongside me is Logan Franz. We got a fun one for you today as Prairie Ridge just took the lead on a buzzer-beating 3 by Connor Linden at 14-13. Before the second quarter, thanks again to our sponsor, Rose and Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at roseandhyundai.com. Just about to start the second quarter here, Logan. What do both teams need to do?
I think Johnsburg now needs to work on their defense. They let Prairie Ridge take the lead at the end of the first, and it's just I think they're getting inside their head. I think the momentum shifted with that last second 3, so I think Johnsburg needs to rebound and try and shift momentum back in their favor here early in the second.
I heard from our expert, Logan Franz, PhD in basketballology. Stanley Thill will take it for Johnsburg. Pass intended for Martin, intercepted by Lux. He'll take it up himself. Stops his dribble for whatever reason and fails at whatever attempt that was. And he'll take it right back. Prairie Ridge has it again. That's number 12 in passes. He's got it. He's got it behind the arc. Gives it to Lux. To Wolf. Wolf pass intended for Gutschell fails, and it'll be Johnsburg ball. Martin with it. He's got 2 threes in the game. That's still from out of town. It's good for 3. Prairie Ridge with it. It's in passes. Lux, the good shout. Down low to Linden. He puts it up. That's good for 2. Johnsburg with it. It's Martin. Martin gives it over to Boyle. Toussaint now gives it to Martin again. He'll drive in. Loses the ball to Goodshaw, and Prairie Ridge playing hard and tight for the start of the second quarter. Wolf has it, gives it to Lux. Goodshaw. Wide open was left, doesn't take the 3. Goodshaw has it down low. He tries to put it up. That looked like Comstock got a hand on that ball. Johnsburg ball.
No idea why Wolf didn't take that 3. He was wide open. Just got to wind that up and go for it.
Looks to be a double dribble was called and a timeout by Johnsburg. We have a custom heating and cooling replay of that 3.
This was the play I was talking about, the good swing momentum back in favor of Johnsburg. Finds number 5 there, Stanley Thill, wide open for 3. He takes the shot. That could be the shit that Johnsburg needed.
And this timeout is sponsored by Custom Heating and Cooling. For all your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant. Whatever it takes. 6 minutes and 16 seconds as I'm watching one of the refs try to spin the ball in his hand. It's actually kind of fun to watch. Switching hands, well, he lost it there.
He had it for a couple seconds.
Oh, here we go again. He's got it. Got it down low, up. Oh, he switches hands. Quite the athletic play there. Little things like that are what makes basketball such a fun game to
Put
call.
him on the court. Let's see what he can do.
As Lux takes the inbounds pass, so give it to Wolf. Wolf's got it. Takes it with his left. Wild pass knocked out of bounds by Stanley Thill. Tied at 16. Prairie Ridge got their first win of the season last night as they beat Marion Central 75-42. So they got it now. Wolf to Lux. Back to Wolf. Still taking in himself. Pass deflected out of bounds again, I believe, by Stanley Thill. Good shot with it. Gives it to Wolf. Over to Impasas. He'll take it. Gives it to Linden. Linden tries to drive in. Nothing. Give it back to Impasas. He'll take it in himself. Underhanded layup. Will fall for two. Quite the athletic play there by Ethan Impasas, as it will extend the lead to 2 points. As now Schmidt has it for Johnsburg. Martin gives it right back to Thill. Thill for three. Hits the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Lux. As Lux will take it. Give it over to Linden. Linden the Wolf. And then passes. A good shot down low. A hard pass. Gives it back to Lux. And passes looking for a shot. Doesn't get it. Gives it to Linden. He'll take the mid-ranger. And that will not fall. Rebounded by Schmidt as a foul is called.
Looks like that was on number 34, Ryan Gutschall. He almost ripped the ball out of Schmidt's hands there. He just got a little bit too handsy.
There's a couple players will come in for Prairie Ridge. That's number 23. So look for his name on our sheet here. And we do not have it. Actually, it's Bennett Barr. Will come in for Prairie Ridge. It's Comstock. Over to Thill. Comstock down low. Little short shot does not fall. And that's rebounded by Prairie Ridge as they will take it up. Over to Linden. Linden the Besser. And then again at the wing. Give it back to Wolf. And passes for three. Air ball lands right in the hand of Dylan Schmidt. And Schmidt will take it. Will pass it over to Claudio. Over to Thill. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt will have it. Trying to find something. Stops his dribble. Gives it to Thill. Thill dribbling with his right, and he'll give it to Claudio. He's got no points in the game so far. Schmidt for three. That will not fall. Off the foot of one of Prairie Ridge's players. It looked like that was number 23, Bennett Barr. And it will stay Johnsburg ball.
It's an important possession here for Johnsburg. Down by 2, and they're able to get the inbound pass. Maybe set up a quick three or something like that. Big possession here.
Thill gives it to Schmidt. Schmidt to Thill for three from the corner. No good. Offensive rebound recovered by David Claudio. Thill's got it again. Downstairs to Comstock. That does not work. As one of the Prairie Ridge's players just takes a hard fall on the ground, and it looks like Bennett's got it. To Wolf. To Linden. He's double teamed. Gets out of it, and we'll give it to Hanson. Hanson's pass goes out of bounds. It will stay Prairie Ridge ball as it was tipped or touched out of bounds by one of the Johnsburg players. It looked like it might have been Claudio. Prairie Ridge has it. Gives it to Hanson for three. That one's good. He's a player to look out for. Hansen has 41 points in the tournament so far. Can work both in and outside. He get 4 total threes prior to this game, now 5. He still has it. Stops his dribble, gives it to Schmidt. Claudio. Intercepted by Hansen. He'll take it in. Nice little move there. Underhanded layup, no good, as a pushing foul is called on Samuel Besser of Prairie Ridge.
It's Claudio who went to the ground there, and he'll take the inbound pass here.
And we have a custom heating and cooling replay of that 3. Hansen from the corner.
Just right off the pass, he's able to get it to Hansen, and that's money. When you catch a hole in defense like that, it's perfect.
It's like Prairie Ridge had Dylan Schmidt caught in the corner, so Johnsburg calls a timeout, and this timeout is sponsored by our good friend Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at TomThePlumberInc.com. 2 minutes, 42 seconds before we go to halftime. Prairie Ridge up 21-16. Looks like they figured it all out. Maybe they listened to you. Maybe. Really turned on the Jets here, taking a 5-point lead over Johnsburg. So Logan, what does Johnsburg need to do to get back into this one?
The three-pointers were working earlier for him, and now it's just not connecting. I think they need to start to try and find something down low. Obviously, you have Comstock there, who's very good down low, only 2 points in this game. So I think maybe try and give it to him and get something going down low. But if you don't work fast, this game's going to start to get away from you.
All right, Dylan Schmidt will take the inbounds. We'll give it to Phil. Phil tries to find someone. He finds it in Claudio. Over to Martin. Schmidt has it again. Back to Martin. Over to Claudio. Stops his dribble. We'll give it back to Phil. Phil to Schmidt. Good defense here by Prairie Ridge. Still stops his dribble, gives it down low to Claudio. He'll loft the pass out to Martin for 3. That does not fall. It's rebounded by Comstock. Good offensive rebound. He'll try to put the putback in, and he is fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Great rebound there by Comstock. You saw him kind of fall and pause for a second. He was making sure he had both of his feet inbound so it didn't get called, and then he wasn't able to put up the putback, but he got the foul drawn for him.
Comstock is 7 for 14 at the line, a perfect 50%. His first one will ring around and go in. As Lux comes back in for Prairie Ridge, Luke Wolf goes to the bench. Comstock second. Will not fall. Prairie Ridge got the rebound. Actually, no. It was Phil pickpocketing number 23, Bennett Barr of Prairie Ridge to get 2 easy points. Only with down 2 from Prairie Ridge. Now, Hansen looked for a 3, decided not to go through with it. Lofted off court to Lux. Lux takes it in. Nice play there as it goes right into the hands of Barr. Easy putback for 2. Excuse me, that was number 21, Besser. Johnsburg has it, gives it to Schmidt. Schmidt to Martin. Martin over to Phil. Phil back to Martin, to Claudio, to Schmidt. Comstock sets a pick. Kind of failed there. Comstock's got it. To Phil for 3, no good. And a foul is called a pushing foul.
A good job there by Joey Comstock to set the pick in front of Stanley Phil, leaving him open for 3, but he just couldn't connect on that play.
I think the coach at Johnsburg can't believe his eyes as they give the ball to Prairie Ridge. They called a foul on Claudio. He believes it was a foul on Prairie Ridge. As Lux will take it in at the Eagle. Almost stolen by Johnsburg. His ball's on the ground. They're fighting. Schmidt has it. As a jump ball is called, it will stay Prairie Ridge ball as the possession arrow is pointing towards the Johnsburg side of the court. Lux has it. Passes down low to Barr. Pass intercepted by Phil. 35 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Gill stops his dribble, tries to find someone. He does. And Martin, now Schmidt. Back to Phil. Down low to Comstock. Layup, he gets clubbed, and he'll go to the line for 2. 18.4 seconds remaining. Prairie Ridge has a small 4-point lead on Johnsburg.
This is what Comstock does so well. He'll draw those fouls. We've seen him draw a couple today. He just goes up, and if someone touches him, if someone hits his arm, something like that, he'll draw that foul.
He'll make his first. He is 2 for 3 from the line so far. See if he can make his second. He shoots it. That one will fall. He's got 5 in the game so far. 3 of those 5 off of free throws. Slux will take it. Looks like they're going to try to hold it for one last shot. Maybe. Slux will take it. He's double teamed by Johnsburg. Pass. Oh, Hansen's got it. Down low is Barr. Lux with it. Gives it to Barr now. The Ryan Hansen for 3 at the buzzer. It's good. Huge three-pointer for Ryan Hansen. He is a guy who can stop you all over the court, down low, outside, defense, offense, you name it, he can do it.
Maybe we just need Prairie Ridge to be playing at the end of a quarter for the entire game. That's two buzzer-beating threes to end the first and second quarter, respectively.
And we have a custom heating and cooling replay of that play. Wide open at the buzzer.
Comstock tried to get a hand on it, but he was a bit too far away. That's easy money for Hansen.
We're halfway through the game. Prairie Ridge leads 26-21. We'll be right back after this break.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, 'cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, 'cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I'm into.
The following sports broadcast made possible by support from the following.
My trusted sidekick Logan Franz. We are halfway through a very fun game here between Prairie Ridge and Johnsburg, as Prairie Ridge is leading by 5. And don't forget, this game is brought to you by our season sponsor, the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today, and our friends at Rose and Hyundai of Algonquin. Rose and Hyundai, looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at roseandhyundai.com. Oh, a minute and 20 seconds before the start of the third quarter here. Logan, you've been spot on all day. What do both of these teams need to do, especially Johnsburg? What do they need to do to get back into this game?
I think if you're Johnsburg, you've got to lean on your guys that have been creating all game. Joey Comstock has 5 points, I believe 3 of those coming off free throws. And Martin has had 2 threes in the first quarter and been kind of quiet since. So I think you're going to look for number 11 Martin and double zeros in Comstock. I think you're going to look at both of those to get going for Johnsburg. As for Prairie Ridge, they've been spot on so far. Just got to keep doing what they're doing.
Well, you heard it here first from our expert in the booth here. Just about to start the third quarter of action here. Logan and I on the call for the next 2 games as well.
I think you give me a little bit too much credit. I wouldn't call myself an expert by any means.
I mean, you were pretty spot on the other day. So, I mean, I think you deserve the credit. And again, you also said some things that were not true. Some things that were very not true.
Hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Well, blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. As the buzzer goes, Johnsburg will start with the ball. Seeing Comstock, he's been pretty good this game so far. He's got 5 points. And Keefe Martin has 6. So keep a look for those 2 guys. Martin's hit 2 threes from today so far. Bill's hit a 3 and Schmidt's hit a 3. So it's been all 3s other than Boyle's 1 shot down low and Comstock's 2 and 3 free throws, and Schmidt will take it. Bill. Back to Claudio. Schmidt with it. Give it over to Stanley Thill. Thill tries to cross, gets down low. Comstock loses the pass, holds it, tries to find something, and a double dribble is called.
Amazing that Comstock was able to regroup there and grab that pass. He had 2 gray jerseys on either side of him, and he managed to still haul it in.
All right, Lux got it now. Lux to Linden. Back to Lux for 3. That's good! From way out of town.
I was saying it before the game, he's a 3-point specialist. It's his 13th 3 of the tournament.
Martin's with it. Gives it to Schmidt. On the arc, he takes 1 for 3, and that will not fall as it's rebounded by Goldschall. That's Linden. Gives it to Lux. Lux can shoot 3s and make some 2s. So he'll take it in, tries to give it down low to Goldschall. He'll dive for it, but misses. So it'll land in the hands of Schmidt. Down low to Comstock, left-handed layup will fall. That's his 7th point of the game and Johnsburg's first 2 points of the third quarter. Linden with it. Bauer will pass it to Lux. Lux to Wolf. The Goldschall, the Lux for 3, no good. Rebounded by Schmidt. 6-point game here. Johnsburg capitalizing the last possession, giving the Comstock down low. Let's see if they'll try that again. So now Phil has it. We'll give it to Martin, to Schmidt. Schmidt drives in, gives it to Claudio. Claudio will use his right, tries to find a lane, doesn't. His pass gets shuffled back out to Phil. He'll drive in, lofts it, hits the back of the rim, does not fall as a foul is called, I believe, on Johnsburg. Yes, it is.
It's like,
as number 22, Tyler Diedrich will come in for Johnsburg. Comstock reads the pass, shoots it, and an and one. Nice athletic play there by Comstock. He'll take the hit and still make the shot.
another play like that for Comstock where he goes down and ends up making the play, and now he'll get an extra shot to add another point.
The chance for a three-point play to put Johnsburg within 3 as the free throw will not fall. He shot at 50% all tournament. So Linden has it. Gives it to Lux. Linden has it. Drives in, passes down low to Wolf. Wild passes. Lux still has it. So he'll give it over to Barr. Barr will give it out to Linden. Back to Lux for 3. No good. Offensive rebound by Wolf. Gives it back to Lux. Pass intercepted by Phil. He'll take it up himself. The layup will fall for 2. That's his 5th point of the game. Now Lux has it. 2-point lead here for Prairie Ridge. Lux gives it to Wolf. Wolf will try to drive in. Doesn't, gives it to Barr. Mid-ranger, wild-looking shot does not fall. It's Johnsburg ball. Schmidt has it now. She's a pass from Claudio. Over to Diedrich. Slinging the ball around behind the arc, trying to find a man open. Phil will give it to Schmidt. Schmidt lofts it to Comstock down low. He'll turn. That does not fall in. Rebounded by Linden. Linden has it. We'll give it to Lux. Lux to Goldschall, and a travel is called. Costly turnover for Prairie Ridge here as 2 players will check in. It's number 21, Samuel Besser, and number 15, Ryan Hansen. Schmidt trying to get past Hansen, stealing that press defense. And find Phil as he gets cornered, double team behind the back pass to Schmidt. Finds a way out of it. Diedrich will give it to Claudio. Comstock at the line. Now to Phil, he'll try to drive in. Crazy looking shot, hits the bottom of the rim, falls right in the hands of Prairie Ridge, and Barr has it now, gives it to Lux. Lux loses his dribble as the ball's just rolling all over the place. Hansen has it. Somehow keeps his dribble after a timeout is called by Prairie Ridge. Crazy looking possession going on right now for Prairie Ridge. The ball's just been all over the place. As this timeout is sponsored by our good friend, Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installation of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. Prairie Ridge holding on to a 2-point lead here with 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Logan, what does Prairie Ridge need to do to keep this lead?
They've been struggling, kind of similar to how they were to start the first quarter rather. They only have 3 points in this quarter. They need to start. I think that's why you saw Hansen and Besser come in. They're, as I said at the beginning of the game, those are the guys who are going to get the work underneath and get those 2-pointers. And I think they're trying to go back to fundamentals and try and build on what they've already established.
All right. As Linden will look to pass it in, he'll find Hansen. Hansen back to Linden. Back to Hansen. Over to Lux. It looks like Diedrich tried to go for the interception, but failed. That's deep shot for Barr will not fall, but lands right in the hands of Dylan Schmidt. Schmidt, give it to Diedrich. Claudio now. Diedrich to Schmidt. Comstock sets a pick on Hansen, but decides to roll back. Claudio with it. Drives in. Layup, contact call, go to the line for 2. It's Claudio. He's got no points in the game so far.
Johnsburg really taking advantage of this aggressive Prairie Ridge defense. They forced a lot of fouls just by driving in and making them play their style, and it's working for them.
And the first hits off the back of the rim, will not fall. Quick little substitution here as number 24, that is, I guess we don't have his name on the roster right now. Time to go check the book. That is number, oh, he's not in the book either. I guess we'll wait for the PA to say something, right? It's usually what we'll do when we don't know who's who on the court.
It could be as simple as some player wearing a different number or whatever. We've had these issues throughout the tournament.
Yeah, these issues all tournament. You know, it's all part of the game. As Claudio will make his second. That's his first point of the game. Hansen finds Besser. Linden to Lux. Back to Hansen. Crossover action there. stops his dribble, gives it to number 21, Besser. It's a shot for number 24, rings in and out, recovered by Hansen. Nice offensive rebound, gives it right back, and a foul is called. He'll go to the line for 2.
That shot looked like it was going in. If you remember yesterday, that was
that side, that Jacobs side where it says Jacobs, is the unlucky rim.
Yeah, it's been throughout all of play yesterday. We had plays that looked like they should have gone in and didn't, and it looks like it's continuing today.
As he'll miss the first. See if he can make a second. And he does. He's 1 for 2. Schmidt with it. Guarded by Hansen. Comstock covered by number 24. Comstock with it. The line tries dribbling in. Looked like he was going to give it to Dietrich down low, but Dietrich decided not to go. But it will stay Prairie Ridge ball, as Stanley Thill will be the one to pass it in. Thill looks, finds Martin. He's gone quiet so far. Thill with it again, gives it right back to Martin. To Schmidt. Schmidt to Dietrich, back to Schmidt. Drives in, layup no good, recovered by number 24. As it's taken right back by Johnsburg. Martin's trap, gives it to Comstock down low, layup good for 2. Scored 6 points in the third quarter so far. He's got 11 on the game. Comstock has been the answer that Johnsburg needs. They tie it up. Steps on the line, looks like Schmidt stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over to Prairie Ridge as a couple more substitutions are coming in. Looks like Claudio's coming back and Boyle will come back as well. On low at 21. Lux for 3. It's good!
Lux's second 3 of the quarter. Expect him to keep going.
Claudio, his pass intended for Comstock, intercepted as a reaching foul is called by Comstock. That's only his second of the day. Number 24 will pass it into Linden. Hansen thought about the 3, decides not to. Lux looks, gets it to Hansen. Hansen drives in from the free throw line, bounces around a bit, no good. Looks like the rebound is taken. Actually, no, Prairie Ridge has it again. Hansen wide open 3 from the wing, too short, does not fall. So go out of bounds, Johnsburg ball.
No call here. Gavin Bull from Johnsburg, number 4, ended up on the ground. And there was no call there as the ball went back to Prairie Ridge. A little surprise there.
Now Martin looks to Comstock. Wild pass intercepted by Prairie Ridge as Linden will be the one to take it up. Hansen. Wide open 24. Bounce around a bit. No good again. The unforgiving rim strikes again.
I don't know what's different between that side, but it's been unlucky all tournament.
Now, Prairie Ridge has 4 fouls in the game so far. Johnsburg with 2. Prairie Ridge holding on to a 3-point lead as Schmidt comes back in. Minute 20 remaining in the third quarter. Schmidt will find Claudio back again. For Martin, back to Claudio, back to Schmidt. Schmidt for 3, that's good! That's his second 3 of the game and his first 3 of the second half. Now Lux has it. See if they can find an answer as looks to be Impostas is back in. Hansen. Pass intended for I don't know who as Schmidt takes it. Some contact. Prairie Ridge has it behind the line. That was 24. As Lux has it at 24. Stops his dribble. Going with his right, gives it to Impostas. Over to Hansen. 35 seconds remaining. Gives it down low to Barr. We'll give it to Lux. Over to 24. Impostas with it now. He takes it, gives it to Barr. Barr to 24, to Hansen for 3, no good. Rebounded by Claudio, and a foul is called. Looks to be Prairie Ridge's 5th foul of the game. Look to be, we got the last name, it seems to be Johnson. We'll stick with that until we're proven wrong. As Schmidt gets the inbounds pass. This is the Claudio, as the benches are counting down. Comstock stops his dribble right in the hands of Goldshit. He hurls it off the back, top of the rim, no good. We're tied after the 3rd quarter. Prairie Ridge 33, Johnsburg 33. We're gonna go to break. We'll be right back for some 4th quarter action after this break.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
And welcome back to the Hinkle Holiday Classic. We got a fun one here as we're tied going into 4th quarter. Johnsburg, Prairie Ridge, both at 33 apiece. Before the 4th quarter, this 4th quarter action is sponsored by Rose and Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at roseandhyundai.com. Well, this is going to come down to the wire. Both teams, well, not exactly been brilliant basketball by any means, but both tied. What do you think, Logan?
They've both been going shot for each other. I think ultimately it's coming down to a little bit of luck. I think Prairie Ridge has had some unlucky bounces that could have them with a 6-point lead in this game. A couple threes that just kind of bounced out that looked like they were going in. So I think that's ultimately what it can come down to, kind of going shot for shot and equal with each other at the moment.
Lux will give it to Wolf. He's back in. Haven't seen him in a while. It's almost stolen by Schmidt. Down low and passes. We'll give it back to Wolf. Wolf to Lux at the top. Back to Wolf. And the shot by number 21, Besser, is good for 2. That's his 7th point of the game. Claudio and Schmidt playing a little catch. Martin fires it up to Claudio, back to Schmidt for 3, too short. So it'll go out of bounds. Prairie Ridge ball. Besser will pass it to Wolf. They'll give it to Lux. And Bosses with it. Big by Besser, he'll take it in, tries to shoot. It's blocked. Comstock has the ball. Schmidt in control. 7 minutes now in the 4th. 2-point game. Try to dribble. Pass it over to Boyle. Boyle to Claudio. Down low to Comstock. He loses the ball and Passes has it. And looks to be a foul is called. Looked like as Joey Comstock picks up his 3rd foul of the game.
Passes saying Comstock ended up on the ground. You really could have called that either way and went against Johnsburg.
Tim Passes leaves the game. Linden comes back. Linden stops his dribble. We'll give it over to Besser. The Lux. Gives it to Johnson. Linden with it. To Wolf. Almost lost his dribble there as he tries to drive in. Down low pass intended for Barr. Goes on the ground. Jump ball. It'll be Johnsburg ball.
Comstock really didn't have anywhere to go there. He had 2 gray jerseys right by him, and he just held on to the ball and stayed on the ground.
Claudio will be the inbounder. This is the Constellation C Championship, so the winner of this will come back with some hardware. Schmidt with it. Gets it to Brady's amount of passes here. Comstock has it. Down low to Claudio. Over to Phil. Back to Schmidt. Martin with it. He's gone quiet. The Schmidt. Picked by Comstock, fails. Double team, gives it to Phil. Claudio drives in. Layup is good.
surprised Claudio tried to go for 3 there. He had a wide open shot, but instead he just drove it in and went
I
up.
mean, he had the wide open shot and he had the wide open lane for the layup as well. So it was either, do I feel confident in 3 or do I decide to drive in? And that is a nice high shot there by Besser. So we'll extend the lead back to 3. Martin's pass intercepted by Wolf. He's all alone for a layup. Left-handed falls for 2. Now a 5-point game. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter as Schmidt receives the inbounds play from Claudio. Schmidt will give it to Thill. Thill back to Schmidt. Schmidt to Martin down low as Claudio. Pass intercepted by Wolf. Linden now with it. Another turnover for Johnsburg. So this has hurt them all in the second half. Wolf gives it to, no, Wolf from the corner, no good. Rebound by Schmidt. He gets double teamed immediately. So to give the ball to Claudio. Claudio back to Schmidt. Schmidt, little crossover, drives in. Play is called off before the shot, so no free throws.
Just an excellent sequence there by Prairie Ridge, led by number 5, Luke Wolf. 2 turnovers and managed to turn it into a couple points and make it a 4-point game.
All right, Ryan Goldschall comes back in. And number 23 also comes in by the bar. It's Linden for the layup. He gets fouled by Diedrich.
Sometimes when you're getting fouled like that and you want to draw them, all you got to do is just put your hands up, and you saw that's exactly what number 3, Connor Linden there did. He just put his hands up, and the ref saw that and called it.
Linden on the line. 4-point lead here for Prairie Ridge. During the first. Up 2. Prairie Ridge getting awfully close to that, putting Johnsburg in the bonus. See how that plays out with the remaining 4.5 minutes. And then drains the second. Schmidt has it now. Give it to Thill. Back to Schmidt. Back to Thill. Thill to drive in. Gets stuffed by 3 gray jerseys as Schmidt takes the 3, and he does, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. His 9th point of the game. Lux had a 3-point game now. Wolf. We'll give it to Goldschall. Back to Lux, wide open from the wing. No good. Rebound was tipped. Goes out of bounds off of a Johnsburg player. Might have been Stanley Thill, and it'll stay Prairie Ridge ball.
These possessions are critical. You get the ball starting in your own zone, you can easily create some points this way. Let's see what Prairie Ridge does.
Wolf has it. Starts his dribble now. To Goldschall. He'll take the mid-ranger. Will ring around a bit, no good. Recovered by Schmidt of Johnsburg. Skyhawks looking to come back in this game, only down 3. Zoll drive in himself off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by Goldschall. It looks like Johnsburg's now instilling that press defense, but falling back now as Linden has it. We'll give it to Wolf. Wolf drives in himself, finds Lux at the wing, no good. Ball bounces off of Comstock, lands in the hands of Prairie Ridge as it will roll out of bounds. Still Prairie Ridge ball. 3.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. So Wolf gets the inbounds pass. Linden wide open is Lux. He's good from 3.
Third 3 of the game and of the half there for Mason Lux.
6 points now as a timeout is called by Johnsburg. Much needed timeout.
Prairie Ridge coach, I believe Ryan Smith, was out there looking for a call, didn't get one.
And this timeout is sponsored by Custom Heating. For all of your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant. Whatever it takes. About 3 minutes remaining here. Prairie Ridge found some luck with the 3 ball. No pun intended. Luck's been hot this entire half. Hitting 3, I believe. So, what is Johnsburg going to do, Logan, to get back into this game?
I mean, we saw Prairie Ridge you mentioned it started installing that press defense, and it's what worked for Jefferson to get back from an 18-point lead last night. So I think if we see Johnsburg install some of that and play close, play tight defense, force some turnovers, and I mean, they've only got 3 minutes left, so they've got to work fast.
Heard it from our expert in the booth. 3 minutes remaining as players come back on for Prairie Ridge. Been a fun game so far. I mean, it hasn't exactly been the most beautiful basketball we've seen all tournament, but nonetheless, close games are always a joy to call. Stanley Thill will be the inbounder for Johnsburg. So throw it to Schmidt. Dribbling with his left, gives it to Martin. Loads it back off to Schmidt. Claudio. Over to Thill. To Schmidt. To Martin. Claudio. Comstock behind the line. Haven't seen him take a three yet. To Schmidt. Thill, it looks like Johnsburg just can't seem to figure out this Prairie Ridge defense. It's another turnover. Falls right in the hands of Wolf. Linden looks for a guy, finds in Goldshaw. He'll take it in. Instead gives it to Linden. He's almost lost his dribble there. 2 minutes now. Linden will give it to Goldshaw. Back to Linden. It's like, nah, I like it better when you're in control of the ball, not me. So give it over to Wolf. Wolf trying to drive in with his right, doesn't. There's Barr with it. Long possession here for Prairie Ridge as Lux looks down low to Goldshaw. Easy two-pointer will extend the lead to 8.
When you keep passing like that, eventually you're going to find someone open, and Prairie Ridge just managed to add some more points to the board while draining out a lot of clock.
Schmidt to Martin. Martin back to Thill. Phil looks to drive in down low to Comstock, and that just gets stuffed like a turkey on Thanksgiving. So the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay Johnsburg ball. That was a nice looking block there by, I believe, Goldshaw. Just stuck in hand right into where Comstock had and just said, nah, man, not in my house.
I just think that was Linden that came in.
Excuse me, Linden. I didn't get my names right. Schmidt takes it from the corner, bounce off the back rim, no good. Comstock with it again. We'll give it back to Martin. About a minute and a half remaining here in the fourth quarter. Claudio with it. We'll give it back to Comstock. He's shown he can't really take control of the ball very well. As he looks, so we'll give it back to Thill. Thill from way out for three. Nothing but nylon. Huge three-pointer for Johnsburg. Puts him between 5 from Prairie Ridge as about a minute remains here in the fourth quarter. Prairie Ridge with it now. Gives it right back to Linden. 60 seconds remaining in this thriller. The Constellation C Championship. Wolf with it. We'll give it to Linden. Linden has it. He's driving in. Layup will not fall. So go to the line. As Linden will go to the line. First one will bounce around and fall. Sends the lead to 6. Both teams are sitting at 6 fouls. They're probably going to see Johnsburg start fouling Prairie Ridge to keep up as much clock as possible, as the second one from Leiden will fall. Schmidt with it now. 45 seconds remain here. That pass almost intercepted by Linden. Would have been a massive, huge turnover for Prairie Ridge. Might have put the nail in the coffin for Johnsburg. So still holding on, 7 points. As Martin's lofty pass goes right into the hands of Schmidt. 42 seconds. To Phil for 3, he's good! That's his second 3 as a timeout is called. And this timeout is sponsored by our good friend, Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. Well, we've seen the 3-ball play a factor here in the fourth quarter. Stanley Phil's got 2 3-pointers. for Johnsburg, and Schmidt's hit a 3 so far, and we've seen Lux, he's put the heat on in the second half as well. Logan, does Johnsburg revert back to the 3 if they get the ball back? Because they're probably going to have to foul probably right away. It's going to start the foul-a-thon, as we like to call it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. I think you're going to see a lot of them trying for the 3-point. The only issue there is that you're down by 4, and if you're not making those 3s, then you're losing time, losing points.
All right. They're going to be playing some tight defense, trying to turn the ball over as Prairie Ridge will inbounds it. 34.4 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. A fun game so far, the Consolation C Championship. And we'll pass it to Wolf, back to Leinen, back to Lux. Play some keep away before they start fouling, and a foul is called. 7th foul by Johnsburg. It'll be a 1-and-1. Does Lux take any free throws yet today?
He's taken none. He has 9 points, all in the second half, but he has not taken any free throws today yet.
He's got 48 total points in the tournament. Less than 30 seconds now. Lux will make the first. Will have a chance to make a second. If he misses, the ball is live. Now a 5-point game. Point here will make it 6. And that one will fall. Johnson's need to score fast. Maybe a quick 3 or try to drive in and one play as Smith will drive in. Layup no good. Recovered by Leinen of Prairie Ridge, and looks like we're going to start the foul-a-thon. 6 points separate these two teams. It's now Leinen at the line.
Not the guy you want to send to the line in this situation. 4 for 4 for 3 free throws today. Perfect. Connor Linden.
He'll make the first. Now a 7-point game. Point here may be the last nail in the coffin for Johnsburg, as he'll need a miracle to come back in as little time as possible, as he'll drain the second. Now a 8-point game. Johnsburg will need to hit a 3, foul. Pray they don't make it. Hit another 3. I mean, they need a lot to happen. I don't think it's going to. So Claudio has it. He'll take a 3. As that one lofts, bounces around the front of the rim, no good. Prairie Ridge has it. 10 seconds, it looks like it's going to be a victory in the Consolation C Championship for Prairie Ridge as they win 52-44. We're going to throw it off the break. When we come back, we're going to have a post-game interview, so stay tuned.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm in.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants
It's a win for you
is our
guys today.
people.
You win the
Our
Consolation
people come in
C
and work for us
Championship.
every
You hit a
single
couple
day.
big
We
threes in
try
the
to
second
create
half. How
an
did that
atmosphere
feel?
of family,
It felt good.
an atmosphere of
Well, we
warmth,
needed to come out
and
big
an
time.
atmosphere of compassion.
I thought, we needed to hit those threes. I didn't do so well in the first half, so I needed to hit them in the second half to get my groove on.
All right, you guys win the Consolation C Championship. How will you guys look to carry this momentum into the rest of the season?
Oh, we were just looking to get better over the winter break, so we definitely improved for sure. Our offense improved. We got a lot better. I think that'll give us momentum to win conference games
following
and some
sports
out-of-conference games as well.
All right, you did a good game, man. Good job. And this is where I think all the hardworking men and women who put this broadcast together. It's a hard job, but it's a lot of fun. And we have more basketball coming at you here at Hinkle Holiday Classic. 2 more consolation championships before the third place game and the actual championship. For I'm Patrick Carrion, for Logan France up in the booth. We will see you next game.
The following sports broadcast made possible by support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for all your photographic needs, senior portraits, family portraits, sports, and more. Visit Daryl online at darylbarnes.com.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust, but I don't